There are moments in sports that make us question, was that even possible? Was that really human? Michael Jordan's career is filled with these moments where it felt like he wasn't just playing basketball, he was rewriting the rules of what was physically and mentally possible. Imagine being so good at something, you break the game. That's MJ, not just a legend, but a force of nature. Let's look back at 10 moments that proved Michael Jordan wasn't just the greatest, he was inhuman. 1. The shot. 1989. Playoffs vs. Cleveland Cavaliers Game 5 of the 1989 playoffs. The Chicago Bulls are down by 1 point, 3 seconds on the clock. The entire season hinges on this moment. Michael Jordan gets the ball, and with a defender draped all over him, he rises, bang. A perfect jumper over Craig Elo at the buzzer. The crowd goes wild. The Bulls win. But this wasn't just any shot. This was a moment that defined Jordan's career. A shot that encapsulated everything he was. Fearless, unshakable, and clutch when it mattered the most. When the pressure was at its peak, MJ made the impossible look routine. Why was this moment inhuman? Because it was more than a shot. It was an example of Jordan's mind at work. He didn't just shoot the ball. He knew it was going in. Even in a moment of chaos, he was in complete control. 2. The flu game. 1997 Finals. Game 5. Think about being so sick you can barely stand up. Your body's shaking, sweating, and weak. Now imagine having to play in a finals game against one of the toughest teams in the NBA. Jordan didn't just play, he dominated. In Game 5 of the 1997 Finals, Jordan was battling the flu, barely able to hold himself up, yet he put up 38 points in 44 minutes, leading the Bulls to a 90-88 victory over the Utah Jazz. He was so out of it that he could barely sit up on the bench. But when he stepped back onto that court, it was like he had a supernatural ability to push through pain and fatigue, something mere mortals could never comprehend. It wasn't just his scoring, it was his will, his refusal to let the team lose. In the midst of illness, Jordan showed us that greatness doesn't give up, even when the body says no. 3. The Shrug, 1992. Finals Game 1 versus Portland's 6 three-pointers in the first half of Game 1 of the 1992 Finals. That's an NBA record. And when Jordan hit his 6th three-pointer, he did something we'll never forget. He shrugged. It was as if he couldn't even believe what he was doing, like shooting the ball effortlessly from beyond the arc was just a Tuesday for him. His performance was so surreal, it felt almost too easy. It was the moment when Jordan made everyone realize he wasn't just the best on the court, he was in a league of his own. The shrug wasn't just about the shots, it was about Jordan's humility and maybe a little bit of self-awareness. Even he was thinking, am I really doing this right now? The world was watching, but MJ had already moved past that. For him, this was just business as usual. That, my friends, is what makes a player inhuman. 4. The double nickel, 1995 versus New York Knicks. When Michael Jordan came back from his first retirement in March of 1995, everyone was wondering, could he still do it? Would he be the same? Well, MJ answered those questions in the most emphatic way possible. In just his 5th game back, he dropped 55 points against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, one of the most iconic arenas in the world. Jordan was already a legend, but this performance was a statement. He was saying to the basketball world, I'm not just back, I'm back to dominate. The Knicks were helpless. Even the best defenders had no answer for Jordan's mix of finesse, speed, and unstoppable scoring ability. To come back after being away for so long and still perform at this level, that's inhuman. 5. The impossible layup, 1991, Finals Game 2 versus Lakers. The 1991 Finals against the Lakers were supposed to be the final proving ground for Jordan. It was his chance to show that he could lead a team to the ultimate prize. And in Game 2, with the Bulls up by 2, Jordan made one of the most iconic plays in NBA history, the switch hand layup. Jordan drove the lane, leaped toward the basket, and in midair switched the ball from his right hand to his left, all while avoiding 2 defenders. It was a move so smooth, so perfect, it looked like something out of a highlight reel. The layup defied the laws of physics. It was a display of body control that left fans and players alike shaking their heads. No one had seen anything like it before, and no one's been able to replicate it since. That moment in the finals was the ultimate confirmation that Jordan wasn't just a great player. He was something else. 6. The 63-point game. 1986 playoffs versus Boston Celtics. In a playoff game against the Boston Celtics, Jordan scored 63 points against the legendary Larry Bird Celtics. It was the most points ever scored in a playoff game, and even though the Bulls lost, it showed Jordan's ability to take over a game, no matter how tough the opponent. 7. The dunk on Ewing, 1991, playoffs versus New York Knicks. During the 1991 playoffs, Jordan took off on a fast break, soared through the air, and dunked over Knicks center Patrick Ewing. This wasn't just a dunk, it was a message. No one is safe. Ewing, one of the league's best defenders, had no chance. Jordan was playing on a different level, showing that size and strength didn't matter when you had his combination of skill and confidence. 8. The final shot, 1998 Finals. Game 6 versus Utah Jazz. Game 6 of the 1998 Finals. MJ's final shot with the Bulls. With the game on the line, Jordan crossed over, pulled up, and hit the jumper that sealed his 6th championship. It wasn't just a game winner, it was the perfect ending to his dynasty. The pressure was immense, but for Jordan, it was just another day at the office. 9. The two-handed block, 2001 versus Chicago Bulls. In 2001, Jordan wasn't the same explosive player he once was. He was 38, playing for the Washington Wizards, and some thought his best days were behind him. But in a game against the Bulls, Jordan made a block that proved he could still do the impossible. It wasn't just any block. Jordan chased down a shot from the Bulls, leaping for a two-handed rejection that had fans on their feet. At 38 years old, most players are slowing down, but Jordan was still showing the world that he could do things that defied the age and logic. He didn't have the same vertical as before, but his heart and instincts were still inhuman. 10. The 1997 All-Star Game performance. Finally, we come to the 1997 All-Star Game. Jordan had already won multiple MVPs, but this performance was something else. With the game on the line, MJ scored 14 points in the final 5 minutes to lead the East to victory, earning his 3rd All-Star Game MVP. Even in an exhibition game, Jordan wasn't here to show off. He was here to win. What made this moment inhuman was Jordan's ability to take control of a game when it mattered most, even in an all-star environment. The fact that he was still doing this at 34, with multiple championships already under his belt, just made it even more impressive. If you enjoyed this dive into MJ's legendary moments, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another amazing story from the world of sports. Thanks for watching.